What up? What up? What up, world? It's your boy J Star. We gonna get into this slate, man. We got week 6 here. A lot of injuries, man, have like kind of changed up this slate a little bit, I guess. And some injuries to some cornerbacks, things like that. With like, I think Xavier Howard is out for the Miami Dolphins. We have who else was? I thought I saw that was out for cornerbacks and things like that. Let me check again. Let's refresh this real quick for the injury report over here. Okay, we're going to go through this real quick. Let's see what we got. So that game's done already. Not on that game. So like Von Bell is going to be out too. So the safety is going to be out for the Dolphins. For the Panthers, my bad. For the Panthers, safety is going to be out. And then let me just make sure again. Okay, and then like I said, it looks like, oh wait, yeah, he's still gonna be out. Xavier Howard did not practice, so I don't think he's playing. Let me check again to make sure, unless something changed, because he didn't practice. I'm wondering, like, is he for sure out, or are we on to something else? Let's see. So far, I guess it's nothing. I don't know. He didn't practice though, so I'm wondering what does that mean then? Like, we got to check on that, I guess, later on this weekend to make sure then, because I don't know why he didn't practice. But besides that, we got, who's this right here? Christian Holmes is out for the Commanders. So that's still going to be bad for them because we just saw them get lit up, by DJ Moore. And so that cornerback that was playing on that side with DJ Moore is still definitely going to be in. Any other cornerbacks we got out here? Looks like, okay, maybe it's a return for Kyler Gordon for the Bears, looks like, possibly. I know we got a lot of injuries with both of their running backs being out for that game, for the Bears game. Also, EQ St. Brown is going to be out, so one less receiver for them, too. At least we get Komet for sure is going to play, though. This Browns game, we already know Deshaun Watson is going to be out, so they're rolling with PJ Walker. And also, let's see, Elijah Mitchell is questionable. Wonder what that does. Let's see, anybody else at cornerback I see out here. We got wide receiver Cedric Tillman out too for the Browns. Okay, cornerbacks out here. Lonnie Johnson is going to be out for the Saints. Is a Bebo or something like that out still? Doesn't look like his name is not on here. So good there. Looks like just rolling, trying to go through this as fast as possible, y'all. Let's see, nothing here for the who's that? The Colts. The Jaguars have Christian Braswell's going to be out. So we got a cornerback situation out there. That's going to open up some stuff for Minshew for sure, for his receivers and everything. And then looks like we got Kobe Bryant still out for the Seahawks, but he hasn't really been playing in the slot. They've been going with other cornerback, but Artie Burns is going to be out too now. Wow, hold up. Let me make sure I don't think that's in the slot, or maybe it is in the slot, and that's why they've been getting killed there for like weeks and weeks and weeks so far, because like their slot cornerback isn't that good, it seems like. Let me just check that again. So we got the Seahawks. Yeah, so that's exactly what's going on there. So that's why their slot game has been trash. They've been giving up a lot of yards to the slot receivers. And then we got everybody good for the Bengals side. Oh, we already know the Patriots. Everything is basically out over there. So I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. We haven't really seen them look amazing. But we did see a really good game from Jacoby Myers last time. So maybe it's a good thing for him, because it's like cornerbacks, linebackers, everything is basically out over there. So I don't know what a revenge game looks like for, Garoppolo going against them, and McDaniels too, at, the coach for the Raiders, but could be up to something there, because they're getting on the Patriots at the right time. They get them at the perfect time with all those injuries. And looks like no injuries here for this Cardinals game, at least for the Cardinals side. I see only one injury, and it's their safety, Jalen Thompson or whatever. And then looks like there's no injuries for the Rams side. There are some injuries for the Lions. Brian Branch, which is their rookie safety, is going to be out, and he was starting, so it's big for some deep shots there. Khalil Dorsey is only questionable. I think Emmanuel Mosley is still out. So could be some shots to take with Mike Evans for sure. Looks like Laporta is questionable, but I think he's gonna end up playing is what I saw. And there's no injuries to report on the other side of that game. Let's see anything for the Jets game. We definitely already know. I mean, if you don't know, Slay is going to be out, and I thought one more person is out too. Justin Evans too is out at safety. I don't know what to expect from the Jets though because they just haven't looked too good at quarterback. So I mean, if this was Rodgers, man, we'd be in for a big Garrett Wilson game, I believe, with that. But maybe we can take some type of shots there still. We got Brandon Eccles still out, Justin Hardy still out, and DJ Reed still out. Wow, for the Jets. So, man, that's going to be some A.J. Brown shots that we can take because that's a lot of cornerbacks out there. And looks like that's going to finish it off there. So, now we can get into this slate, man, for sure. Let's go. So, we got Washington and Atlanta here. The best stacks in this game is going to be, let's look at this real quick. So, we have the Howell with where we at? Get to receiver here. So we have Howell with, of course, McLaurin and also Curtis Samuel. So you can get some value there. They should be the two best receiving options here is who they've been looking for when they play this style of defense. And on the other side here, though, we got Ritter. We definitely, my bad, not to pick B-Rob there. I want Bijan Rob. Bijan Rob is going to be in play since they definitely love to run the ball and they love to even throw the ball to him. So he's definitely going to be in play. We got Drake London and maybe even some Mac Hollins could get in there too as well. Also, my bad. On the other side of that game, my bad. I meant to say with Sam Howell also, we got to put Logan Thomas in there because we already know, Atlanta's been giving up that tight end. So if he can get the ball to him the way he was able to get the ball that last game against the Bears, we can see something good out of that. Then we got a big game here, man. We got Fields. To stack with Fields, it's going to be really simple. We know it looks like Foreman is more than likely going to be, I think put off of the practice squad. And let's see. Oh, yep. So great. We got a 4,400 running back then that we can take. So that's really cool. I know Minnesota hasn't really gave up the run too much, but if we can get any double-digit points from a 4,400 running back, that's going to be a really good play for there. Then also on the other side, we got DJ Moore with no EQ. Man, he should get heavy targets. Like, serious. Like, it's just one less receiver, for them to go to. Komet is going to be a go to play here. So these four right here should be some of the best plays in this game. Moving on to the other side of the game, though, we got Cousins. I'm thinking Madison could be in play. If he can actually finally catch the ball, we could be good there because his pass catching backs have done well against Chicago. And he has been getting some, targets there. It's just about him catching all of them. But then on the other side of that, with the receiver part, we got Addison, of course, and we're going to definitely have Hawkinson for sure. They're definitely going to scheme up a lot of different plays for Hawkinson to get that ball. He's probably in for a 12 target, game. So it's the reason why he's a top tight end because he's definitely in for a double-digit targets, and he's priced at the price he should be for that game for sure. Then we move on. We got Seattle and Cincinnati here. We got Burrow. Like I already said about Seattle, man, playing the slot. We gotta go with Boyd first, of course, but also entering the slot, Chase. So these two definitely are going to be the best plays here since, Seattle has like banged up slot receivers. I definitely see them scheming up a lot to get Chase in that slot. And of course, Boyd can also do well there too. From the other side of that with Geno though, Bengals play a really good defense. Walker is kind of in play though because they do give up some yards there and pass catching back too, possibly if they dump it off to him. But other than that, I'm thinking Metcalf is probably the other best play here. Hold on, let me just make sure something because Bengals also give up tight end, yeah. So Fant could also be in play there if he can just get some targets. I think his targets has been dropping. Yeah, if we can get to that 5 to 4, he can also be a good play there if you want to stack with Geno. So then moving on from there, we got San Francisco and Cleveland. Feel like this is still going to be just a very defensive game. If anything, I think McCaffrey is a cool play. Besides that, it's not really much. The Browns have been giving up. I feel like it's just a McCaffrey game, and possibly the defense ends up playing really good. And that's why they're so price high anyways. On the other side of that, though, with PJ Walker, it's $4,000, man. If he does do well, if he is somehow able to do well, it's going to be because of Cooper. because it's looking like Njoku might not even play this game. So besides him, I don't really see much. The 49ers have given up some points to receiver. So, and it definitely, if he throws the ball somehow 15 targets or something to Cooper, then maybe, possibly this could hit, for this is a real cheap stack here too at that, since he's only $4,000. Moving on though from that game, we got New Orleans and Houston here. Stroud, man, I feel bad for Stroud because he's losing some weapons here. I don't think Tank Dell is supposed to clear. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to clear in time. He only limited practice too at that, so it's probably not a good sign. And then Woods came up now on the list with ribs, so practice fully Friday though, so maybe he is going to be able to go. But it's looking like, I think for the stacks on that side, it's supposed to just be like Collins has been the person they've been looking for. So if somehow all these targets are out, it's just going to be a heavy targeted to Collins. But I think Woods will probably end up playing. I think Dell might be out though. Besides that, yeah, that's probably about it though. Is just the skinny stack there. I think CJ Stroud might struggle in this game a little bit. For Carr's side of things though, we have of course Olave should be a good play. It's who they looking for a lot, and Michael Thomas could also be a play. He's been looking at Michael Thomas a lot too. I feel like Michael Thomas has become their tight end since they don't really use their tight ends at all. So it feels like he's become that tight end play, and Houston has been known to give up some points to the tight end. So that's why Michael Thomas could be a good play there. Moving on from there, we got the Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars here. Minshew revenge game here. Don't know what to say still about these running backs, man. Moss played really good, his last game. Don't really know much about Jonathan Taylor, how many more touches he gonna get. But when it comes to the receiving weapons, man, Minshew's in for a good game with that, because cornerbacks, you still have an injured quarterback, I believe, on the Jacksonville Jaguars, which opens up, Pittman, and also opens up Downs. So if he's going to be trying to drop bombs on them and throwing, 10 plus targets to both of these receivers, I definitely think they can both hit. Jacksonville's also been giving up the tight end area too. So maybe a Granson at 2,900 could be a good play, especially I think because Ali Cox could possibly be out. Which would be cool if he was, but it looks like he logged a full practice. But it would be kind of better if he was out, just because it would just, easily make it be Granson or Ogletree or something like that. But yeah, but I think he'd probably be going more to those receivers, if anything. Trevor Lawrence is definitely a really good play. His running back should be able to do well. They actually look for their running back against the zone style defense that they're going against. So that's really cool. And then of course Ridley already played good against them. With Zay Jones being out, makes that easier for us to be able to take Kirk too as well, because they like to do 21 I think over here, or 12. They play 12, yeah. So it's double tight end. So Ingram is definitely gonna be in play because of that. But it's two wide receivers, double tight end. And they like to be able to have good blocking for the run here. So all their players are kind of in play here. This could be a very exciting shootout game there too as well, especially if Minshew is coming in trying to throw bombs on him. So Carolina, Miami here, man. Bryce Young is actually in play this weekend. It's shocking because, like I said, if somehow Xavier Howard is out, we got to make sure though for sure. But Miami has been giving up a lot. So, and having a running back here at 4,300 to be able to take, I think that's going to be really good. They like to throw to their running backs anyways. Miles Sanders was getting good targets and stuff like that. So now Chuba Hubbard gets the, number one back row, full, I think 3 down back. And then Thielen has been playing really good for Bryce Young. It would also be, tight end, but it's just that he hasn't been targeting him. So I think these two with a Bryce Young stack could definitely hit, and it's very cheap. On the other side, we already know Tua, Mostert, I think, is he coming back? Let's see what's going on with Jeff Wilson. Oh, he's doubtful. So, well, that's kind of great, because then it just easily puts us at Mostert. Hopefully he can just stay healthy. Of course, they still have Ahmed too, though, to take some of the workload off of him. But Tyreek Hill, or of course Waddle, is in play for, possibly a big game. I kind of leaning towards Waddle more of this one, just because Tyreek Hill is kind of priced super high. And it seemed like they was trying to get Waddle really going last game. So I definitely can think that he could possibly hit and possibly get to that 20s and it'd be enough, Moving on, though, from that one there, we got New England and Raiders. This is a pretty whack game to me when it comes to the New England side. I don't even think I mentioned them on my first look at this. But Mac Jones, this could be a decent game for him just because the Raiders do give up points to the tight end. And I said Mac Jones won't be in play until the tight end is a position that the team he's going against gives up. So possibly a Gesicki 2,600 could be a good play, or 4,400 Henry. They just get back to doing their double tight end set. They run a lot of 12. One of these tight ends could do well. But for the other side, man, I think it's a better game for the other side, if anything. Like Garoppolo, they play 21 here, so, they're going double back, trying to get Jacobs, the run and throwing to him as well. Looks like Adams is a go now. So that's great to see because matchup wise, with the cornerback situation, he's probably in a good spot, as well as, of course, Jacoby Myers having a revenge game. They probably might be trying to target Jacoby a lot, maybe. Also the tight ends, I feel like maybe Mayer could be in play a little bit at 2,500. They did try to get him the ball, so I don't mind, taking shots at him for 2,500 against a team that's lost their best linebacker too at that, and Matthew Judon. So he definitely could possibly come out that backfield and get a touchdown there. And he'll definitely hit with that. So moving on, though, we got Detroit and Tampa Bay. This could be a hard game for Goff. Tampa Bay's defense been pretty nice, but we do already know they're going to lean on the run heavily with Gibbs being out too. They have one of the best lines to do that too. I definitely think St. Brown will be a target for them since he's good to go. And if Laporta is able to go, I think this is probably where I want to be at if I'm stacking with Goff at all. On the other side of that game, though, with Baker, it's going to be, my bad, let me grab Baker there. It's going to be Mike Evans, man. We already said the cornerback is out, and for the Lions and things like that. So it all opens up just a mad targets to Mike Evans, and he can actually hit. Lions have been giving up some big plays and stuff like that too to receivers. We already seen it with Thielen just last week. A lot of big 20-yard plus plays to him, and Mike Evans is trying to stay on task of, on track of just having another 1,000-yard season for the 10th season in a row. So I definitely see this could be a big game for him, and being at home too as well. Coming off a bye too with all the rest too. So then we got Arizona and the Rams here. Should be a big game for Stafford and possibly a good game for Dobbs too. I know this is a rival or, in the same conference and things like that. But I'm looking at for Dobbs here, we could have, two running backs, but Ingram is looking like supposed to be the starting running back on the depth chart. So maybe it's going to be more Ingram. Maybe DeMarcado is just going to be a pass catching back situation. Since Ingram is just getting back, I still lean with DeMarcado. But for 4,500, like I said, he is supposed to be the starting back. We can toss him in there. Then Marquise Brown has just been, of course, the main go-to receiver here. But I also did tell y'all in the first look, if he's out, though, Michael Wilson right here is going to be a really good play. So like I said before, I think he's a really good value play this weekend. But like I said, we already know Marquise Brown gets all the targets there. And then we got Zach Ertz, of course. The Rams have been really bad against the tight end. So Zach Ertz stack could be a good little stack there, with Dobbs and things like that. Moving on, though, from the other side of this game, we got Stafford, of course. I'm thinking Kyren Williams is going to be almost completely out of the offense now that Kupp is back. Kupp is basically their running back. They do a lot of little screen plays, a lot of little quick outs, and gain about 8 to 10 yards on those. It's better than even running the ball. So, and then Puka is definitely going to be in play. We just saw them get ate up by, Chase, 3 touchdowns, near 200 yards, something like that. So definitely the two receivers here should be really great stacks there. Tight end, man, now that Kupp is back, I feel like he's almost the tight end too as well. So like it's everything for Kupp being a running back and tight end, and then Nakua basically being their number one receiver. So that's it for that game. We're gonna move on. We got Philly and the Jets here. Hurts stack again with Goddard could be the way to go because the Jets give up the tight end. But since they have so many injuries at cornerback besides Sauce, they can easily move AJ away from Sauce. If they don't, then Devontae Smith could be okay play there, but he usually is a better play for zone defenses. I think they would just move AJ to the weaker spot and get him going because that's who they like to throw the ball to when they play man defenses. But like I said, the best place to go to is the Goddard. And then, of course, Swift could be in play because pass catching backs is where the Jets been giving up to, and Swift is definitely one of those type of backs too. I definitely could see him having a good game too as well. For the Jet side, man, it's really hard, man. Like I said earlier in the video here, even with the, injury for Slay and everything, I don't know how much, we can take for Garrett Wilson. He still will probably match up with Bradbury. But Bradbury can get beat deep. So it could be some shots there. If anything, I think Conklin could be probably the best play here since the Eagles have been vulnerable to giving up tight end points. So that's it for that, man. Looking at this full slate, trying to make one lineup here, man. I'm definitely think I'm leaning with Trevor Lawrence. Just feel like he's in a really good spot, man, to finally break out, man. Like he's been like, I don't know what's going on with him, but the touchdowns, have been very little. We're looking at 1-1-1 since the Colts game though. So, that's why I kind of feel like, maybe, and then he finally hit the 300-yard bonus, which was really good to see. Hopefully in this type of game, we get like 40 attempts. I think we can get multiple touchdowns easily against the Colts defense. They're very vulnerable to giving up those yards. And, so because of that, I'm definitely going to have, where we at? I think he's 6,700. I'm going to have Ridley. Definitely think he can hit again and even bigger. It's like I told y'all before, it's so great that he's so cheap because I literally thought he was always going to be at like 7,500 for the rest of the season, and possibly after this game he goes back up over to 7,000. So I'm definitely going to take that savings now. I'm also really liking, because they've been also vulnerable to tight end though, and I'm liking Ingram in this game as well. So I like the double stack with Trevor Lawrence here. But then when we get to running backs, I'm definitely taking the savings here. It's just, I don't see how I can't take this win. Miami more likely is blowing out Carolina or just up big, and I can see a lot of dumps going to Hubbard, and just the run still going to him to the point where he can at least give me 15 points. Maybe a garbage touchdown gets him even over that, and Miami has been vulnerable to giving up points to running backs anyway, so I feel really good about that. I'm thinking the next stack I really like here is a running back receiver stack here, and I'm gonna go with Bijan Robinson. Let's see, where is he at? 7,200. Don't want to mistake that one. And then I'm going with the receiver here in Drake London. This team plays 21. They want to get the run and establish like a big play to receivers, and I think that 1-2 combo can hit right there. And then moving on from that, I think I'm going to go with, who do I want to go with here? Let's see. Oh, my bad. I meant to have a run back. Yeah, because I really like that Jacksonville game, and I definitely want to do the run back here. And I'm going to take Downs over taking Pittman. He just, the speed, being in the slot, I feel like they're giving up a lot of points, I think, in that slot area position there. And just speedster type receivers, too. Jacksonville is really giving that. We saw Davis get deep down the field. Even Diggs was able to do some things too. So I just really think that would probably be somebody like a Downs for this game. At flex here, I'm going with, let's go up to the top here. I'm going to go with Puka. I just feel like he's doing, like I told y'all, anytime he's going to play a zone style defense, I'm playing him basically, because he's killing every one of those. And now we're at the top, which I feel like we're going, like this is going to be one of the weeks, man, where you might have to really pay up for defense. Man, they put all the best defenses this week that have like matchups that are really bad and can go super south at the top. Like the New England Raiders right here, you already know with Mac Jones, the way he's been playing, he's giving up a lot of points to defense. I'm probably going to go ahead and take the Raiders defense, being that they're at home. Feel like they might come with a good energy, a really high energy, and be able to get some good points, man. Besides that, the Eagles defense would have been cool, but losing Slay does make me a little worried about this. Like, could give up a little garbage, little touchdowns in between, and that kind of f it up so bad, and I'll be so mad that I paid up for him. If not, I would have probably took the Saints defense here, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll with the Raiders defense. And that is the final look lineup, man. Final look of this slate, man. Good luck to all of y'all. Hope y'all win that big money. And it's your boy Jay Star, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.